Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 15 with me, Brad73. And where are we at? I think I'm pretty much picking up from where I left off last time. I'm trying to get the, the grass in. Whoops. And we need to look. I need to take a look over here. Oh yeah, so... Okay. Whoops. So what we're going to do, let's see, we're going to compress this, the grass, because we're going to want to bring that last bit of silage over here. Or I'm sorry, the last bit of grass over here to make, because we're wanting to make silage. We're still coming up on Farming Simulator 15 Gold Edition. The Gold Edition update is out. Well, no, it's not out. It may be out by the time you watch this video. Who knows? If it's after October 29th, 2015, then it is out. If it is not, then it is not out. Seems to be a lot of confusion about what to buy, when to buy it, where to buy it, so on and so forth. And I'm gonna make another video, probably either sometime this weekend or possibly next week sometime, kind of again explaining the differences between the different versions. There's really kind of three different ways to get it. One is with the SciTech farming wheel. You will actually get the full version of Farming Simulator 15 Gold. So you'll have the Bjornholm map, the Westbridge Hills map. You'll have all the vehicles that you have, if you just bought Farming Simulator 15 by itself. And then on top of that, you will also get the Gold update plus the wheel. But it's like... the cheapest I can find it, actually the only place I can find it for in the United States is Amazon, and it is like $300. And I'm sorry guys, but there's no way I'm paying $300 for that wheel. If SciTech wants to send me one to review, I would be completely up for that, but no, there's no way I'm paying $300 for a wheel that doesn't even have force feedback. Also... especially not, if you can go out and you can buy a Logitech G27 for, $220 to $240 US, a wheel like the Logitech should be roughly, I would say, the same price, if not less. I think it would probably be worth about, $200, but there's no way I think it's, worth $300. No way. So I don't know. I'm going to have to wait and see, if I can get some better pricing on it as it comes closer to the release time. And if I can get a good price for it, or if I can find it for a good price, then maybe, But aside from that, I don't know. I'm not really sold on it. I know that there's people out there that they're like, heck yeah, man, I already bought mine, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, yeah, no. No, thank you. And then, if you don't want the racing wheel, you can't afford it, or just, you're like me, you're just like, nah. There's also, two ways to get it. And so that you don't waste money, I'm going to speak for the PC version. If you already have the PC version, either you bought it directly from well, there's three ways you got it. You either bought it directly from the farming-simulator.com website, you bought the retail box version, which is pretty rare. I think they had it over in Europe. I'm not really so sure that it was widely available here in the United States, if at all. or you bought it through Steam. So you either bought a boxed copy, you bought it directly from Giants, or you got it from Steam. If you bought a boxed copy or you bought it directly from Giants through the Farming Simulator website, there will be a Gold Edition update. And it's actually, you can pre-order it right now. It's $19.99. If you do not have Farming Simulator at all, then you'll want to wait until the 29th. Because then you will actually you'll be able to order like the full version, because you probably don't want to pay $30 for the game and then 30 or $20 for the update. You'll probably just want to pay $39.99 for the full game, which is supposedly what it's supposed to cost. What am I doing here? Okay, I need to look at my fields because I need to see. Okay, so we haven't done any planting. Gosh, man, I've been lazy. No, it's not about being lazy, I don't think. Let's I'm gonna take a quick look at drive around to the different fields. We're gonna see what we need to plant. What actually do we need to plant? I still don't think we have any. Nope, no great demands. Let's see, barley, corn, barley and corn maybe mainly, and then canola. So I think what I'll do is the big field was at field 22. I think I'll plant that one in corn. And did I already fertilize this? Oh no, I didn't. Okay. I think I'll plant that one in corn, because that'll give us some corn. It's not going to give us a huge amount, but it'll give us some. And then we'll plant our potatoes and then we'll just do, barley and the rest in canola, I would say. So let's get on with that. Let's tab around. I need to see where my vehicles are. Alright, so he is going to be there. Let's see. Well. Okay, I need the... Where's the truck? Okay, this is the one I'm looking for. Okay. I guess we could plant this field in corn too if we really want to. I kind of do really want to. So yeah, we're just gonna be doing this. Okay, so again, Farming Simulator. If you already own it for PC, either buy the upgrade. Don't buy the full version again. Just buy the update. If you bought it through Steam, it'll be just as easy, but probably a few days before the game's supposed to go live, it should pop up on Steam for you to be able to pre-order, and you just pre-order it. No, nothing to it really, and that's going to be about it. It's going to be so easy to order. People are flipping out about it right now. It's really nothing to flip out about. Let's see here. Do we have any? Let's see. I want to see if the potato harvester is over here. Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Somebody left a comment on my video the other day. They're like, boil them, mash them, stick them in your shoe. No, stick them in a stew, because they're making a stew, like soup. Alright, sell that header. Okay. Now, I don't really have to do what I'm going to do right now, but I'm just going to do it because I'll feel slightly better about myself. Just slightly. Ever so slightly. Come on, get up here. Wait a second. Oh, I have to go over here. Well, this will be a perfect time for me to pick up my front weight, which I've been neglecting for a long time now. Meanwhile, I'll go over to the seed pallets and hopefully refill the planter. Now, normally we would have to actually come up to the barn, but when you hire workers, again, you don't have to do that. You know, if you want to make it more complicated and you really want to kind of replicate farming, then go for it. You know, no big deal. I just hire a worker, and you know, I'm kind of more interested in the management portion of the game, I guess. So, you know, I would say if I owned a farm, I would hire the worker to take care of all that. Where I didn't want to, you know, take care of all the minutia of actually going out and planting everything myself. All right, so we're going to take this guy down. Now we've got all of our potatoes. Actually, this potato, the way the potatoes are in this looks a little bit different than it did in Farming Sim 13. It seemed like the potatoes were visibly larger, where here they look smaller, but I mean, you know, in relation to a tractor, they would be pretty small. Potatoes coming through. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try getting started from down here at this end. And we'll see what happens. Oh, same texture is, you know, pretty much the same as in the other Farming Simulator 2013. What are you doing? You're blocking traffic, dude. Alright, let's try to get some cedars here. Alright. So, we're gonna do... You're gonna do whatever you want. So we'll go down to field 20, I think it's 27. We'll do barley there. Whoops. This is good, you know, horse is good equipment though, you know. We're not gonna damage it just by going off a cliff, you know. It's good stuff, you know, right? Alright. Okay, whoops. Actually, I wanted to open this. Okay. So we're going to plant corn with this guy. Okay. He's... You're doing it again, dude. So I need to try to find my tractors that are not being used. Which I guess is gonna... This is gonna be one of them. No. So we'll take him up, get him started plowing. So we got 751,000. Oh, we're gonna have to buy the potato harvester. So we'll get that done this episode. And what episode is this? Like 97 or 90? Pretty sure it's either 97 or 98. Here, let me look. Let me look. Because I can. I think I can. My channel. There we go. I've got my phone out with my YouTube app, and I'm like looking at all my videos. Okay, here we go. It's going to start playing. No. Okay, I stopped it, but I need to turn the camera. I need two hands now. That's what she said. Are there any other tractors up here? Alright, so I'm going to do canola up here, right? That's canola, I think. Okay. Alright, he's doing alright. Okay, this guy... I don't like to use the fast track for planting because he's too... I want to say he's too irregular, and that's literally what he is. Just that one. There's the little Ursus. Let's see, but he doesn't really... Okay, how are we doing over here? Doing good. Okay, he is finished fertilizing there. Yeah, we're just... I guess I'm gonna just have to buy more tractors since we're actually using all the ones that we have. Actually, let's go get the little Ursus. He's way up here. And we'll take him back up to the top of the field. Well, we'll take him up to the farm, and then we'll get one of the Vaderstadt planters for him to use. So we will do that. So, you guys probably know if you've been watching this series, I've been playing Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, and I kind of have a love-hate relationship with the game. The storyline is horrible. It makes little to no sense, which is pretty common for Metal Gear Solid games. Today, though, I was playing, and I'm up to like mission 40 or something like that, and I played a mission. There was no like introduction storyline to the mission. There was no like, well, I'll get to what happened after I did the mission. But you basically have to go out and try to kill Quiet again. And it's exactly the same. It's the exact same mission that you do earlier in the game. Exactly. Except if you get shot one time, you're dead. Instead of being able to get shot a couple times. On top of that, the only other difference, for whatever reason, Quiet has clothes on at the end of the mission. Where normally she just has her, like, bikini thing. And if you haven't played the game, then, you know, spoiler, fast forward 5 minutes, I don't know. I'm going to spoil it, though, so sorry. So don't scream at me too much. So yeah, it's like that's really the only difference. And then there's a cutscene that plays afterwards that's exactly the same as what happened earlier in the game. It's the exact same cutscene again. And I'm like, what is the point of this? I truly am not understanding this game at all. And I like the fact that... Is it actually plant? Yeah, I guess it is. I like the sneaking around, the stealth gameplay, but it's repetitive. I mean, you're playing sometimes the same scenarios over and over again. Like, I had another scenario where I had to go rescue this guy who is like anyway, he makes your arm better. And you do that mission earlier in the game. It's just harder the second time. So I don't know what the heck's going on. I think it's pretty ridiculous that they would choose to do the game like this, but it is what it is. And I kind of want to. Well, really, the only reason I'm continuing to play it is because I want to see if I eventually get to the point in the game where finally everything makes sense, and I'm like, oh, that's why this game is so ridiculous. For some reason, I don't think I'm going to get to that point, but you never know. The potatoes are planting just fine. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at some of my my comments here on some of my recent videos. And I will do that. Joseph McGrath says, when you hit 100 videos, you should change maps. And that's basically what I've been talking about for quite a while. Some people don't want me to change. Some people want me to continue doing on the this Bjornholm series, and I may continue doing episodes for Bjornholm. We'll just have to wait and see. Probably the first week or two after Gold Edition comes out, I'm going to be pretty heavily doing Gold Edition content. So you probably won't see too much of this map until after Gold Edition is released. So if you guys are bummed out because of that, I'm really sorry, but that's been my plan for quite a while, and I'm sticking to it. Once things kind of cool off a little bit with Gold Edition, I may come back to this map and do some more episodes, but what I really, really want to do is basically just doing the Gold Edition stuff. I'm definitely more concerned with Gold Edition right now than I am with other editions. But I am going to go over 100, before Gold Edition is released. So we'll just have to see how things go out. Just kind of looking through some other. Terry Branch says, "Great video, Brad." Thank you very much, Terry. He says, "Check out the Corsair MM200 mouse pad. I have the extended one, and it's really nice, smooth, no edge, curl, and no wear marks after a year of use." Yeah, I was complaining about my Razer Kabuto mouse pad, which is really thin, and he was just suggesting another mouse pad there. Let's see here. Darren Cassell says, "You're welcome, Mr. 73. I think because I was thanking all of my subscribers." He says, "Second best subscription I have." He says, "Well, Playboy is the first, of course." Okay. Let's see. Christian Christensen says, "Where did you get the mod in the left side of the screen?" And I think you're referring to this mod up here. I'm pretty sure that it's called the Inspector mod version 2.4. I don't think that there's a newer version than 2. There might be a newer version than 2.4, but just Google it, Inspector mod, like version or V 2.4, or just Inspector mod 2.4. It's a very common mod. Should be very easy to find. Let's see, Simon. Oh gosh, this name's gonna kill me here. Simon. I'm gonna say Simon just because it's simple to say that. and then Vershasuski. I just butchered that, and I'm really sorry, Simon. I'm probably saying your first name wrong too, so please don't come after me. He says, "Do you know why my 500 of my bale? Do you know why 500 of my bale disappeared?" Now the stuttering is all me because I'm squinting at this on my phone. He says, keep up the vids. I will do my best to keep them up. 500 bales disappeared. It's a bug in the game code, especially if you're not running version 1.2 or 1.3. It was an early version. I think in 1.0 release there was, so if you have like a CD version, you would want to actually download the upgrade from the Farming Simulator website. But I believe it was some type of a bug early on in the game. Now you can also run into the bug again, even if you have updated patches. Depending on certain mods will actually kind of cause that bug to kick off again, and you will lose a lot of your bales. So it could be that you're using a mod, or it could be that you just aren't on the more reliable patch, I guess. So make sure to patch your game and check your mods, because you might have mods that are throwing errors in your log file. But without knowing more, I don't know. Let's see. All right, mate says he can't pre-order on Xbox One. Edna Farrell says same on PS4. As far as I know, on the consoles, they're probably not going to do pre-orders, and if they do, it's probably going to be a few days before the game is released, maybe so that you can preload it. So I would just say, keep checking your Xbox and PlayStation stores for availability, because I'm pretty sure it'll probably pop up. Let's see. Mr. Rate 8 says, Brad, I love your vids, but can you start another map? Well, if you've been watching my videos, you will know that I've been talking about starting the Gold Edition map, which will occur around the end of October, on the 29th or 30th, as soon as I can get videos up and posted. So I will be starting that map, and then I'll probably be interspersing some episodes from this map. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So that was all from the last episode of Farming Sim. Let's go back even further, because I haven't actually read very many of your guys' comments lately. I kind of feel bad for that. So we're going to do some more... I don't know if you could hear that. Let's see here. Joshua Albert says you're really happy about the gold addition, not edition, but addition. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I mean, it's something different. I always enjoy like a new map that's put out by Giants. People are always like, why haven't you done any mod maps? Well, it's because all the mod maps that I've seen are not up to my standard, I guess. I don't know. I just have not found any mod maps that I felt were good enough to do, a series on. Maybe a mod spotlight, but not necessarily a series. And Enze says no new map, please. Well, I'm sorry, but I'll have to move on someday. Let's see here. I'm just looking for comments here. Callum Baker says, I agree that the PC version is much better, Brad, but the reason I have got the Xbox 360 version is because I do not have a good enough laptop or PC to run this game. I was thinking that the reason why the console version had limited slots is because of the performance of the consoles, and you would be correct, Callum. I mean, they aren't made to run about 20 mod. I mean, What are you saying? Hold on. I mean, they aren't made to run about 20 mods at once whilst having 50 different vehicles and tools on the map. I think what you're saying is basically consoles aren't designed to be running with mods and 50 vehicles and things like that. But I do think that the console's memory hard drive could be a possibility. Well, first of all, as far as the your hard drive and your memory are typically two separate things. Now, both of them are forms of memory. Your RAM, or random access memory, is considered volatile memory. And that's, your RAM is basically like, if you buy a computer and it has like 8 gigs of RAM or 16 gigs of RAM or 6 gigs or 4 gigs or whatever, 12 gigs in some cases, that is memory. Now, your hard drive is what's called non-volatile memory. And the reason why one is called volatile, the other is non-volatile, is when your power gets turned off, anything in volatile memory, so your RAM, goes away, it's gone. But everything on non-volatile memory, that is basically like where everything is written to. So like a CD disc would be non-volatile. Memory cards are non-volatile. Actually, memory cards are kind of like volatile memory, but act like non-volatile memory because of the way they're made. And so you can't really make more RAM using a hard drive because the access time is way too slow. Non-volatile memory, the access time is incredibly fast, where like hard drives and things like that are very, very slow, by comparison. So you really wouldn't do, it really wouldn't make sense to do, you can create a RAM drive. Actually, people have done it before. For, I know, certain games, like in the past, especially back in the late 90s, there were a couple games where you actually had to make a RAM drive, or what do they call it? No, RAM drive is when you're making a hard drive with your RAM in order to speed the game up. So if you have a bunch of RAM, like let's say you go out and you buy like 64 gigs of RAM, and you want to make one of your games run really super fast, you can make like a 32 gig RAM drive, install that game to that drive, and it should load almost instantly. The downside is every time you boot up your computer and it would load that, it has to actually load all of that information off of a physical drive onto the RAM drive every time. But I guess I'm kind of thinking more of like a swap file where you actually have, hard drive space that's pretending to be RAM, where obviously that's going to be really, really slow. But yeah, I kind of get what you're saying. But yeah, the RAM limitations of the console is really the thing that's holding it back, and that's why. They have those limitations of only so many vehicles and so on. It's definitely not ideal. I wish that you guys could play the full versions and have mods in the whole 9 yards. But consoles have never really been designed that way. Even though if you look at consoles today as compared to what they were like, back when like Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis and those type of game consoles were out. Consoles now are they're basically like computers. They're small PCs, and they pretty much can all do just about the same thing. It's just that they're providing a standardized platform in which to do, whatever they're wanting to do. Where before you actually had a fixed cartridge. We didn't really. I mean, I guess when Super Nintendo was around, we did have modems. There was actually a multiplayer modem device for the PlayStation, or no, not PlayStation, for the Super Nintendo. But hardly anybody ever used it. I think there was even one for the Sega Genesis, and there were only like a handful of games that supported it anyway, and But yeah, that kind of tech, that's been over 20 years ago, 23 years, something like that. Long time. But now, yeah, like your PlayStations and your Xboxes, they all have network cards. They all connect to the internet, and they all, so it's a completely different experience now than it used to be. Where is? Oh, okay. Let's put this guy on this field here. But yes, as far, graphically, some people may not have the graphics capabilities required to run a game like this. And I will say that graphically, Farming Simulator is very simple. Comparing it to games like Metal Gear Solid 5 or Far Cry 4 or any of the Assassin's Creed games in the last several years, the graphics on this game are incredibly simple. We have one big huge surface that has one texture on it, and if we really look at it, it's kind of blurry a little bit. It's probably going to look a little bit better when it's crimped down to 1080p. There's no there's no detail, there's no bump mapping, nothing like that in the surface. You don't even get the sensation that these little these little grooves are actual grooves. They're just flat on the surface there. So it's a very graphically simple game, and it can be played on fairly simple computers. Especially if you bought a PC in the last few years and it actually has an integrated GPU, like Intel has their Intel HD video, or even AMD has their integrated video. I'm not as familiar with AMD processors processors as I am with Intel, but I know that they both have integrated video solutions. You should be able to play them to some extent. I mean, you might get 20 frames a second, you might get 30 frames a second. In some cases, you might get even more than that, but I wouldn't say that's very likely. But if you actually have a dedicated GPU, like something like from NVIDIA, or like a Radeon or something like that from AMD, you even get better performance. So there's a lot of people ask well, is this computer good, or I get questions all the time. People send me links to PCs and they're like, is this good? Is this good? If you were going to buy a new computer and you really want something that is useful for gaming, I do recommend NVIDIA video card over the AMDs. They just, in my opinion, run better. There will be people out there that will dispute that, but when you look at the benchmarks, unfortunately, NVIDIA usually comes out on top. Many computers have NVIDIA. Many more PCs have NVIDIA processors than AMDs, especially in the laptop arena. So if you're going towards a laptop, or you need a laptop because you maybe travel a lot or something like that, then yeah, that's definitely something that I would recommend. I also do recommend Intel processors over AMDs. I do recommend the i7 over the i5, and unfortunately, those are going to be the more expensive solutions. The i7 is typically a couple $100 more than a comparable i5, and in some cases, for gaming, you might even get similar performance with an i5 processor, especially the newer 4-core i5s. You should have very similar processing performance when gaming. Now, if you're editing videos or things like that, then yeah, you would almost hands down want to go with an i7. But or for recording, if like you want to record, a lot of people are like, I want to start my own YouTube channel. while it can be done with an i5, there are people out there like, yeah, I use an i5 and don't have any problems. I've seen way too many people have major problems recording videos with an i5 processor. It if you buy one of the new i5s, like one of the ones that's out within about the last year and a half to 2 years, you should be okay. But if it's before that, it's kind of a crapshoot. Like sometimes they work okay, other times not so much. But make sure you get at least 500 gigabytes of hard drive space. Try to stick with Intel i5 or i7 if you can afford it. CPUs, NVIDIA graphics, and then on top of that, if you can... Oh, I was like, what the heck is going on here? On top of that, if you can get at least 8 gigs of RAM, 8 to 12 gigs, you should be golden, especially for video recording. Like if you're going to be recording for YouTube, you would at least want, at minimum, I would say go for 12 gigs of RAM instead of just 8. I recorded YouTube videos with only 8 gigs of RAM for, the better part of almost 2 years, year and a half, almost 2 years, and didn't have any problems at all. So, just something to think about. Price-wise, if you're going with a laptop, laptops are going to be more expensive. It's just, you pay a premium to have your monitor and everything all in one. You can build a desktop PC for a lot less than a laptop, especially an equivalently spec laptop. Yeah, you'll be able to get one way cheaper. I would say on the order of several $100s less. It's fairly significant as far as that goes. So just something to be aware of. Where are we going here? Let's tab around. See, I'm thinking too much about PCs and stuff, and not so much about what I'm actually doing here. Okay, he's finished. Oops. All right, let's get him out of the way, and we're going to get him planting. Whoops. We're going to get him planting something anew. It looks like the taters are probably done planting over there too. So let's kick that one loose. What is that up there? Is that a... No, that's not a cedar. That's a cultivator sitting up there, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Okay. So I'm just going to have this guy come up, grab this small, or the smaller cedar. Not small per se, but smaller. Okay, he's got canola. Okay. So he's going to be done. Okay, whoops. Let's unhire this guy. We're going to miss a little spot right here, I think. I'm going to take this guy down to field 15. Pretty sure I don't have anything planted on nope, nothing on 15. Man, we got so much to do. How much time do we have left? I think I got about a little bit less than 15 minutes left here. Let's look. Let's look. Yeah, about 15 minutes left. Good deal. I thought about planting corn down here, but I don't think I'm going to do that now. Ooh. Oh, this is as fast as this guy can go. I'm like, go faster. No. That's at top speed. Woo. Sorry, I'm having so much fun zooming in and out. Who knew that zooming in and out on a farming simulator game could be so much fun? Okay, let's go. Oh, I knew he was going to do this. Okay, let's see how... There's just a little bit of... I don't even know if it's probably not even worth it to even fertilize this little strip here, but I'm doing it. Let's drive over to field 38. So I can't for the life of me remember if I've fertilized this or not. I think that I have. It looks kind of dark and fertilized, but I can't remember for sure. And I did not. Okay. Yes, it didn't look as dark as I thought it would. Okay, now we're going to take this guy down to fields 5, 6, and 7. The big one, the big field. Come on, fold up. Why is he... There he goes, finally. I'm like, why is he not folding up? You know, the other thing too about Farming Sim Gold Edition is I would really like to see them start adding more content to the game, because and when I say content, I'm not just talking about like more vehicles. I'm talking about like more detailed farming, like when you hire a worker, like actually hiring a worker who will grow and, you know, gain an experience and so on and so forth. You know, even having a pool of workers to hire from, like maybe, you know, one guy is, you know, not very good, but he's cheap, and you might, you know, want to hire him off the start because he's inexpensive and you don't have a lot of money. But maybe if you get, you know, a guy in the beginning who's a little bit more expensive, you know, he might be able to have a you know, more positive effect on your yields or something like that, you know. I would also like to see more detail as far as like the animal farming portion of the game. You know, breeding, you know, actually selecting breeds, even down to feeding, like actually going in and feeding like individual animals, I think would be really cool. Or even being able to do the milking, you know, instead of just having like a robot do it automatically. I think that would be a lot of fun, you know, more so than what we've got now. But, you know, I would also like there to be like a bit more of a technical aspect to the game, maybe actually doing tractor repairs and things like that. Some people have said, man, that would just be like their dream farming game, but I honestly, I would be shocked if that actually happened. I really honestly would be shocked. So, I don't know. I'm not going to hold my breath for it. Wait, okay. He is done. Is the one... Okay, so I think we have another seeder up at the top. We're going to go grab it and get him seeding. Probably I don't know. Cabarly. There it is. Cabarleet. It's like canola, barley, and wheat all in one. Okay. Come on, get up there. Okay. So I think we got quite a bit done this... Whoa. I think we got quite a bit done this episode. Didn't quite get all of the planting done, but... You know, we're going to get there. No. There we go. Okay, now over here, this is kind of where the planting gets kind of strange with this oddly shaped field. Now I could course play this. People are always like, why don't you course play it? I'm like, I don't know. Because I don't want to. It's too complicated. Okay. So I'm going to drive this out. I'm going to turn her around here. We're going to go back this way. I'm going to see how that does. Meanwhile, I'm going to try to find some more good comments. Nah, I can't do it from there. Let's see. Let's see here. Aaron Hawk says, another great vid, Brad. Please keep it up, mate. I watch every single one while playing Farming Sim 15 on the Xbox One, so thank you. Well, you're welcome, Aaron. Let's see here. Farming Time says, do you use a wheel? Actually, no, I don't. Even though I have like a Logitech G27 racing wheel, and it's got plenty of buttons, so I could actually set it up to work with Farming Sim. I actually don't use a wheel. It's, in my opinion, it's kind of a little bit, it takes a long time to set up, long time to tear down after I'm, done playing. And, I find myself coming back to the keyboard anyway, so it's kind of like, it's just like one of those personal preference things. I just enjoy playing it more with the mouse and keyboard. If it was a game where we were constantly locked into, the in-cab view, then yeah, I would probably use the steering wheel more. But since we're not locked into this view, I just choose to, not play it, with the wheel. But things like, driving simulators like Euro Truck and, other racing games, yeah, I definitely play those with wheels. Stanley Walton says, can I play multiplayer? Can I? Yes, I can. Do I? I typically don't. The reason why I don't, I've tried to explain this before, is I get a ton of people that want me to play multiplayer with them, and I wish I could play with every single person out there. Unfortunately, if I did that, I would probably get bored of the game, and I wouldn't want to do any recordings. It's not that I'm trying to, be a jerk, or it's not like I don't want to play with people, but when it comes to actually enjoying, having fun, enjoying the game, I kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I space out my episodes. I kind of ration myself to certain games, to certain times of the week, so that I don't get burnt out on them so easy. Like for example, Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. It's a game that I really enjoy playing, but I'm getting burnt out on it. And the reason why is all the cars, once you've done several of them, the cars really are very, very similar. They all start to seem like they're the same cars, and it just gets boring. I mean, it really does. And I'm starting to kind of lose interest in the game. Now, if I were to be playing Farming Simulator, especially multiplayer, the game would just get boring after a while. And so I don't want to overplay it, because I do enjoy playing this game because it's very low stress. I can go at my own pace. And just hang out talking with you guys while I'm doing so. So, I could do multiplayer if I really wanted to, but I just kind of choose not to. And I've had to say no to so many people, and I feel bad for doing it. But that's kind of one of the reasons why I don't, is just you just get burnt out if you start playing it too much. And I'll take a perfect example for you guys. A year or so ago, I played on a Minecraft server, and I'm not going to go into any names, but there were people on the server who accused me of not playing fairly. Which, it's like I play these games for enjoyment. I'm not out to ruin anybody else's day. And it literally destroyed it destroyed my desire to play Minecraft with other people. It completely ruined my Minecraft experience, to the point where I don't even enjoy playing Minecraft at all, at any level now. And, aside from testing out Minecraft briefly on my new PC, that's all I've done, and I have no plans to go back to Minecraft. It is it's just one of those things where, sometimes, every once in a while, somebody or a group of people can ruin an experience for you, and unfortunately, that was one of them. So anyway, I'm just trying to kind of, I won't say protect myself. Well, I guess, and a certain part of that is, you kind of want to protect yourself, make sure that, somebody doesn't, really piss me off or something one day, me just saying, like, screw it, I'm never playing Farming Sim again. I would hope that day would never come, and I can't really imagine that occurring. But what happened in Minecraft was something that was so beyond my control that I didn't really have the input or the support of the server admins. I think that in the back of their minds, they knew I wasn't doing anything wrong, but they had to take action to protect the community, which was really, if you get prosecuted for doing something you didn't do, wouldn't you want to fight? Wouldn't you want to defend yourself and instead of some other people who might just be a bunch of jerks? Why do the jerky people get away with things, and the people that are following the rules get punished? It's like one of those things where you're getting punished for trying to do the right thing. Which I think is kind of ridiculous. And so, again, from a Minecraft aspect, it just totally, destroyed my desire to play Minecraft. I mean, literally, like, ever again. Like, maybe if Minecraft 2 comes out someday, and it's, you know, groundbreaking and it's really awesome, or I don't know, whatever the case may be, maybe I might go back to it, but I just have no desire to right now at all. Okay, let's see here. Where are we at? How we doing? Okay, he's doing all right. How much time we got left? Oh, we are out of time, guys. We are out of time. Where is my timer? I think we're slightly... Oh, we're at 1 hour right now. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for today. We'll come back in the next episode. We'll finish up the seeding, and we'll get on to doing some harvesting as soon as we can. So, guys, thanks again for watching. As always, please do not forget to like, share, comment, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe for this and many more videos. I'm Brad M73. This has been Farming Simulator 15. We will see you next time. Bye for now.